Alright, welcome everybody. Today we want to learn about making walkways or detailed walkways or detailed retaining walls in REVIT. What I mean by detailed is, if you check this section here, there's some sort of retaining wall, and this is what it looks like in 3D. So it actually has a texture that is rugged, because most topographies are rugged, and it's got a thickness. And if you click on it and check the properties here, it's basically a roof. When you check edit type, it actually has a thickness which is concrete 150 and 75 mils of tile, side tiles. That is basically what is displayed in this section here. So this is the 150 thick concrete and then 75 thick tile. Now, how do you do that in REVIT? This is how you do it. Let's say you want to retain this point, or basically make a walkway of that sort. So the computer is hanging of this sort. It's the same format. The walkway has a thickness. It tends to follow the topography, and if we offset it by say 50, it will come up the topography and look like an actual walkway, a really constructed walkway. So how do you do that? This is how you start. I'm sorry, I'm going to change to shaded view. Change the shaded view in a minute. Alright, there we are. So let's change to our top view. We're going to do the same retaining on this face of the topography. So the tool you're going to use, this is a primary tool. It's called the subregion under massing. So we are going to try and follow up this topography. You can use any tool, the spline tool, but for this case I'm just going to use a line. I want to split that up to there. Go back up to there, there, and probably end there. So you finish. So we have a sub-region here where you actually can change the material, but you don't have to necessarily do that. That you only change for the visual of the 3D. If you don't want this kind of 3D, if you don't want this kind of visual perception of the walkway with this kind of cubes, then you can have that. Remember the one which appeared in realistic view of this, the rock texture? You can do it here by changing this material to rock. But that is not the main subject of today. The main subject is how do we get this thickness in our detail. So you select that subregion, you isolate it by pressing HI. Once that is done, you export to DWG. Let's name it something like that. Then say OK. Then leave temporary isolate mode on, so it doesn't export the rest of the model. Once that is done, you can reset your temporary isolate mode back to normal, and then you go to massing, in place mass. So while in the massing environment, you're going to bring back in that DWG import card. You're going to check that and bring it. Make sure auto origin to origin is picked, because it will automatically come with the parent coordinates from which it was exported. So there is our DWG, and let's finish mass to make it a mass. The warning says mass containing only mesh geometry. That's not a worry because it's got no thickness, so it's mesh. Alright, so once that is done, now you go to your architecture tab and pick your roof tool Notice if you pick floor, then floor by face will probably not work. But if you go to architecture and pick roof by face, that will work. That's why we use roof. So you can edit your roof to switch your details, maybe add another layer if you wish, then say okay, and then now you select the faces onto each one to superimpose the roof. Make yourself select all of them. You say create roof. At that point, our roof has been created. It's not a roof as such, it's a floor. It acts as a floor. There's a roof. It can act as a retaining wall. So at this moment now we'll do a section across that. And change the detail as well. Nothing appeared. Then we use a building section so that we don't have height constraints. And go to them. Try and extend them. Extend it downwards. You're seeing nothing at all. You're seeing nothing at all. That's a view. Well, this could be worrying. This could be worrying. This could be worrying. Let me try another section. Course here. Go to view. In the front. Turn on mouse. Stand on. Check if anything is hidden. Nothing is hidden. I don't understand what's going on here. Let's try 3D. That is what I was talking about. Now, the reason why it's not visible in section, I can't explain at this point, because its members or its mates are visible in section. So it could be a question of height, so the host level for a detailed section. A detailed section doesn't go all the way up like a building section. Unfortunately, this shows nothing at all. So let's not get worried about that. Well, that is the simplest way you can do that in REVIT. Thanks for watching, and